Hey everyone, I'm Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into the craft room and we're going to get started. This is my segment on Craft Around the Clock. And let me get us pulled up over here. Let's move that out of the way. Move my laptop over because this is a little bit of a bigger project that we're going to do tonight. Let me refresh my page. Hopefully I see us live. There we are. Let me pull that up. Hopefully I see. Turn our volume off. Okay, so when you get here, say hello. Let me know you're here. I have a glue string or something stuck to me. All right, so this project, you guys see that? There it is. I got it. Okay. So this project is a brand new kit of mine. This is our Birdhouse Sunflower large. Make sure you note that large because I will have a small one on. It's on the website, but I haven't cut it yet. So I don't have that one really available yet, but this one is the large. So make sure that you are paying attention to that if you are interested in this. Let me pull this up again. Let's refresh. Not seeing comments. There we are. There's hi Bonnie. Hello mom. Mom's on. So hopefully comments will work tonight. We shall see. You never know with FB. Okay. So this is a stand. It has a 3-piece stand that we'll put together. That'll be the last thing that we do. And I'll try to hold this up without knocking all my pieces off. But it is a sunflower birdhouse. It stands almost 2 foot tall. Just under 2 foot tall. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and pull off all of our layers. There's multiple layers here. And our birdhouse is just those. Okay, now this piece, the only thing we need to paint is the leaves and the stems because the flowers are completely covered up. Okay, so this all we need to do is paint the leaves. You know, there's a handful of leaves and the stems. So we got to do that. I don't know that I have room for all these pieces. This is a bigger project. All right, and then here is our base piece. So we need to paint our birdhouse and we need to paint with the imaginary line that goes through here. Okay, you can see where it starts here and it goes down. We're just going to paint that brown. We're going to paint this base brown. And that is all. We don't need to paint any of the flowers or leaves here because they're completely covered by the other pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to paint my birdhouse. Now the chimney I'm going to paint white. We're going to use our little picker because it is scored, as is the house, as you can see. Okay, so those are scored. So those will show, and we'll use our little picker to pick out the paint that gets in there. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to get this painted first. We'll set that aside to dry and then we will keep working. Trying to decide what I want to paint first. Let's do my my birdhouse is going to be Dutch Aqua. That is what we're going to start with. It's the Dutch Aqua. Hopefully I have enough of that. All right. We're going to just paint this whole thing. I believe this covers this whole piece, so I don't think we need to paint that. Yes, it does. Okay, that's going to be white. And our score lines are not going to show great through the paint, so we're going to take our picker and kind of dig them out. This might take 2 coats. We'll see. You guys, you can't even see what I'm doing. Let me move this around there a little bit. Okay, so on the chimney, we're going to go right along that edge, make an imaginary line because that other piece is going over it. So we have the first coat of our Dutch Aqua on. I'm just evening up brush strokes. Making sure I have good coverage all the way. Okay, now I'm going to take my little picker and I'm going to go over those lines. And that will make them pop out. Let me grab a paper towel. I have some used ones here that we're just going to recycle. Because look at the difference that makes just by using that picker. Can you see the difference? It really makes those lines pop out, which is what I want. And if we do a second coat, we'll do the same thing. Okay. All right, so we have that part done, as you can see. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our, we might as well do our white chimney next. Now I think for that, I'm just gonna use a sponge since it's just a very small spot. And we have some room for error with it having, because this little piece is gonna go over the top. So even if I get a little bit of white down here, it'll be fine. Can I do this left-handed? I have to concentrate harder. But there we go. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. I am going to go ahead with my picker and pick out those lines. They stayed pretty good. Because I'll be real honest, I messed this up. So on mine, I put popsicle sticks on the back to hold it together, because I didn't adjust these cut lines and they're a little too deep and I was worried it was going to break. So trust me, if you purchase this, I've adjusted it so that won't be a problem. Okay, so now all we have to paint is this imaginary line and this base. And we're going to do that brown. So let's get some brown. And this is just really dark. It's called Real Brown Marin, M-A-R-R-O-N. Marin? All right. And we're going to come right up here. And again, we don't have to be too precise because all of this is going to get covered. We're just painting the parts that aren't going to be covered. We want to make sure those are painted, because there are a few little poke throughs. Yeah, there are. So we want to make sure. So how was everybody's 4th? Ours was really nice. If you saw my post, we celebrated my mom's 80th birthday. We threw a surprise party for her. And that was really fun. Okay. We're going to come across with this. My white hand would have been full of paint scoring the lines. You're funny. Okay, so we've got this guy painted. So I think we're just going to set him aside, let him dry, because I'm going to show you why we painted that brown. Because when we line this up, you can see the brown through it. Okay. So that is done. We're going to just set that aside for right now. Let that dry. It's just going to hang out back there. And then we're going to paint these things. So let's see. Let's do the brown stuff first. So the door itself is going to be brown. The base is going to be brown. Now I only have to paint, it's a 3-piece base, so you can line these up. Gives you a little more real estate. So we're only going to paint one of them. And then we only have to paint the outer edges of this. Okay, so these are all brown, as well as the centers. But before I do that, I kind of wanted to trace these because I have an idea how I want to paint these. I haven't painted this kit yet. This is brand spanking new. I just pulled this off the laser last night. Okay, so we're going to put this on here, get it centered, and then we're just going to kind of do a rough, I'm not tracing all the way, just kind of giving it a rough, so you can see. I didn't trace all the way, but I just want to know where my center is, because I have an idea, because I want to paint these so that they're mainly yellow, but I want it to fade into an orange in the center. Okay, so I need to know where to stop the orange. Okay, so all of this is brown. So we're gonna get that painted up. We need more paint. Actually, for these, I'm just gonna put it right on here. Paint's super thick. I think I've had that one around for quite a while. And you can tell. With the brown, it doesn't matter as much because it's pretty much the same color as the laser, but you know, when I'm usually using other colors, I go away or towards the edge. But with this one, it doesn't matter too much because it's pretty much the same color as the edge. So you can just slap this on real quick. Okay. I'm glad you got to spend time with your daughter, Joanne, Bonnie. It's always fun when you get to spend family time. On the actual 4th, I went over to my aunt's and I swam. She has a nice pool and invited us over for a swim. So Mom and I actually ended up going. Bob wasn't feeling well, so he didn't go. But Mom's birthday is actually on the 4th, but we celebrated it on Friday. That's when we had our party. And then on Sunday, I went down to my son's house and we made the piñata for we're having a kid's party, I guess you would just call it. It's kind of a birthday party in lieu of all of their birthday parties because my son's family and then my sister-in-law's family, there's 7 kids total and they're all between the ages of 3 and 8. So we have 7 kids between those ages. So we are having, instead of having the whole family come to all of the birthday parties, we're doing like one massive summer party for all of them. So it's going to be fun. Hey, Sherry. But so my daughter-in-law and I made a piñata for it on Sunday. So that was fun. I'll tell you how it turned out. I don't know. We'll see. So I saw online that you can do it with Elmer's glue instead of flour and water. So we did it with Elmer's glue, and we did 2 layers of newspaper because way back when my kids were little, my sister-in-law, I don't remember if I helped her make one or if she did it on her own. I can't remember, but whatever the case, one was made, and it was made so strong the kids couldn't break it. The dads couldn't even break it. We had to like really work to tear it apart so the kids could get it. So that was not the goal of this one. The goal was to make it easy. So hopefully it's not too easy and it falls apart before we even get to use it. We'll see. I'll let you know. We just watered down some Elmer's glue and kind of drug the pieces of newspaper through it, squeegeed them off, and then put it on. So we'll see. It turned out cute. It looks like a beach ball. So it should be fun. We've got all kinds of little activities and things planned for the kids. And it's just all the parties, and most of their birthdays are in the fall. So it gets really crazy for everybody to try to get to all of the parties. So that was our solution to that. Okay, so now all of these pieces are going to be white. So we're going to paint those white. And then we got a whole lot of detailing to do on this one. Once we get everything painted, we'll probably put it together before I do all the details. And this will probably take 2 coats on all this white. The white really absorbs. And to get a good coverage, you need to do it a couple of times. Yeah, so I bought a bunch of candy and little trinkety prizes to put in the piñata, and I bought a bunch of just little like party favor type prizes for the games that we're having. We're having a Sunday bar, we're having cupcakes, Dustin's gonna grill hamburgers and hot dogs, and I think brats on the grill. It's gonna be fun. It's just a fun party. No gifts. We're not doing any gifts. We're doing this in lieu of all gifts for all these 7 kids. So, you know, obviously we'll still go to our grandkids', you know, they'll still have a party. It just won't be for the extended family. I mean, they're welcome to come, but they don't have to. This is in lieu of. So I think it'll be good. There's just so many kids. And they're all, like I said, mostly in the fall. There's one in June, one in March, one in December, and the other 4 are all in the fall. And now there's another one that's cooking. My niece is pregnant, and that one's fall too. So lots of fall babies. Kimberly, how you feeling, Missy? Miss Kim has been out sick for 2 months. Poor thing. She had a bad bout with pneumonia and it's kicked her butt. Okay, we got that piece is painted. Kim, you're getting there. That's good news. I'm glad to hear that. Shoot, I was going to put my apron on, but I forgot. Hopefully I don't get paint on me. Now you guys know that I'm probably going to distress some of this because you know I like that look. So we're going to have to do that. Because you know that's me. All right. To celebrate my granddaughter Ella's 18th birthday, Joanne and my birthday, Father's Day, and my granddaughter's. Oh my goodness, you got quite the celebration going on there, Bonnie. That sounds like so much fun. I love when you get together with family like that. It's so fun. That's Mom was so surprised at her party. When she figured out what was going on, because we had it at the church and we didn't have any good way to get her to the church without her figuring it out. So my brother was in charge of getting her there, and he just pulled up and said, let's go, let's get in. And she's like, Brad, it's locked. There's no way it's going to be open. And then when it was open, she's like, okay. She kind of figured out that, all right, something must be going on. But she didn't expect it to be friends too, because I had invited some of her friends, and it was just really fun. Super, super fun. Okay, so that is done. Let me take a look at our birdhouse. I think we're good there. I don't think we need to put another coat on, so I think we're done with that one. Okay, so what I had in mind for this was I'm going to paint this orange kind of right in the center. Just a little. And I've never tried this technique, so this could be an epic fail. We shall see. Let's see. Let me find a brush to do this with. This will work. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to kind of feather it out. Maybe I should have done this second. I think I should have done this second. Probably need to do the yellow first. We'll see. And my thought was, while it's wet, take the yellow. Yeah, I think I should have done that first because it's going to cover this up. Well, let's do it this way. Oh, maybe it's going to work. Oh, it's working. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Look how we're blending that paint right on the edge, which is what I was looking for. We're just going to drag that orange so it's not just solid yellow. It's too orange. There we go. Back around, kind of blend it a little better. Just stick my finger in orange paint. Yeah, I like that. Look how that turned out. Now remember, the center is going to be covered. I think that's really cool looking. Yep, I like that. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing on this side, on this guy. Just dragging some of that orange down to the tips. Okay. Again, don't worry about the center being all weird, because we're going to get rid of that. Thanks, Bonnie. Thanks, Cindy. If you see any of my crafty sisters on here, make sure you give them a quick follow as well. All right. I think I have that pretty good. So we have all of our flowers painted. So I think we're done with those. I do want to clean up. Where did I just see it? There's a couple of spots. I'm not sure I can get those. Okay. Let's get those dried. Put the drink here. Who else loves iced tea? Man, I love iced tea in the summer. Now, and then the question is, do you drink sweet tea or just plain old tea? I'm a plain old tea girl. I cannot drink sweet tea. I do not like it. To me, you lose all of the tea flavor and you're drinking sugar water. That's what it tastes like to me. Kim, you don't like tea? Oh, I love iced tea. Especially in the summer. It just quenches my thirst. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. We'll put our flowers together. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. I love how that looks. Okay, this goes with this one goes here. Love, love, love. Look how cool that looks. I'm loving those. Sweet tea for you, Cynthia. I can't do sweet tea. I just can't do it. I can't do it in hot tea either. I don't like tea like with honey or sugar or anything in it. Ugh, don't like it. Now when I'm sick, Bob will make me a hot toddy, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Oh, I love how these turned out. These turned out really cool. Look how cool these are. So the tips are more bright yellow, but then the centers go into that darker, into the orange. Really like that. I think that's sharp. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside, and we're gonna bring this up, and we're gonna paint all of our leaves and our stems. Yeah, Deb. You don't like sweet tea either? Yeah, I'm not. Oh, that is not my green. I'm just not a fan. Do not like sweet tea. And now, like, I don't mind. I like black coffee, and I drink black coffee 99% of the time. But I don't mind, like, sweet coffee. Like, I can drink, like, iced coffees and, you know, even hot coffees. I like the, what am I trying to say? Like the caramel mochas, things like that. I love those. And those are sweet, and I can drink that with coffee, but I cannot drink sweet tea. I'm not sure where the flower ends, so we're just going to paint that all the way. The flowers are going to cover this up, so we don't have to be too concerned with where our leaves are. And here's our stem. Bonnie, you're not a sweet tea person. I like hot tea with a little cream and sugar, but it has to be tea from Canada. Throwback to my roots. Oh, there you go, Bonnie. Yeah, I like my tea just straight up. I love Earl Grey. Earl Grey is actually my favorite hot tea. Or oolong. I like oolong a lot too. All right, let's see. I think I have all of this. Oh, nope, there's another leaf right there. Here's another one. Okay. I think we're good. I was thinking about, on these leaves, adding a different green in. Let me see. This might be too late. We're just going to kind of drag it through both. Well, maybe. This one might be dried up. There we go. I was thinking about just kind of, nope, don't like that. It's too much. Way too much. Okay. Reroute. That's way too bright. I need it to be just a teeny bit of that. We're gonna dry that off. I did not say what color. This is Deco Art Forest Green. And then what I just put over the top is Pistachio Mint Deco Art. But it's too light for me, so we're gonna go back and paint it with the dark green, and then we'll blend in some of the lighter. Now that I kind of like. I'm just gonna kind of keep playing with the greens until I get what I'm looking for. It's hard to see it in this light, with the light shining so bright. You know, leaves aren't all the same colors. I think we have this pretty well. Yeah, I like how that's looking. I like that green much better. Can you see it without the glare? I think that looks way better than just that flat green. So all I did was I blended a little bit of this Pistachio Mint in with the forest green to come up with the leaves that look a little more realistic than just that flat green. Okay. Orange Pico is your favorite. Get this pretty dry. And I think that is it for the painting. I think we are done painting. Now we just need to put it together and add all of our accents. Thanks, Bonnie. I like to blend. It's fun. And as you saw, if you don't like it, just paint over it. It's fine. It's not that serious. It's just a craft. It's just paint. You can always change it. Okay. So there's those. I think those turned out really cute. All right, so now we're gonna put our sunflowers on. And I gotta remember which way this goes. Nope. Nope. Just keep rotating, you'll get it. Nope. Well, darn it, I had this figured out. There, it goes like that. Nope, that's not right either. Here's my little, well, gosh darn it. Gotta find my, gotta be this way. There we go, that's how it goes. Because there's little, like, you can see like right here, those are your guides to place them. So you just gotta remember that. These are kind of a little bit of a booger to get the backing off because there's so many little points. I think that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, so now I gotta just get this in the same spot. That's right. And with the sticky back, once you press it down, you're done. So you gotta make sure you're in the right spot. OMG, you guys. Look how cute that's gonna be. I'm loving that. Oh, look at that. First try on that one. Now, can I once I peel it? Crafty Hawk Mom, hello. I'm sorry I don't know your first name. So do you guys think sunflowers are fall or summer? I kind of lean end of summer into fall. That's kind of how I look at it. So that's why I'm going to be starting to craft more with some sunflower crafts. Okay. Now, how did I have this little booger? Nope. I think this way. Nope, that is not it. It's got to be this way then. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look how cute that is. This one's easy. There's only one way it can go. So we shouldn't have too much problem placing this one. Bonnie, you agree late summer into fall? Okay, Crafty Mom, or Crafty Hawk Mom is Joanne. So hello, Joanne. Nice to have you here. Okay. Okay, look at our adorable little sunflowers. Look how cute those are. Okay, so we've got that done. I'm going to set our base aside because we don't need that up here. Let's bring this guy back up. And then let's make sure everything is covered that we want covered before I put this down. Yep, I think so. I think we are good. Okay, so let's go ahead and peel all of this off. This is going to take a minute. Thanks, Bonnie. This one you can get to be a little creative with blending colors, and it's just fun. So again, with my kits, there's no gluing necessary. Everything is peel and stick. We use this really good 3M product that I have had. Mom can attest to this. My front door, between my doors, gets very warm in the summer because the sun shines directly on it. It faces west. I have no trees in my front yard. Well, I have 2 tiny trees in my front yard, but my 2 big trees got cut down a few years ago because they were dying. And so I have no shade in the front of my house anymore. And it gets very hot. And this does not fall apart. You know, if you used hot glue or even some other glues, the heat would do it in and it would fall apart. That does not happen with this stuff. It is a very good product. We love it. That is all I've ever used. I bought a knockoff once. It was not nearly as good, and I will never do it again because the stuff is expensive, but it's worth every penny. How are we doing on time? We got 17 minutes, so we're doing okay. Because it is an hour segment tonight. I'm really not sure why Tracy's doing hour segments, but I think it's just through the rest of July, and then we're back to our 45 minutes, is what I think. Okay, so I've got all of that peeled off. So now I just need to do the task of lining this sucker up perfectly. Because as I said before, once it's down, it's down. You're not going to get it back up. You'd like to try it. You mean for the sticky back? No, I don't have a link that I can give you, but I can tell you what it is. It's 3M 467 MP. That's critical because they have different kinds. You want the 467 MP. OMG, look how cute this is. And don't go into sticker shock when you see how expensive it is. It's not cheap. I don't know. I'm so used to the 45 minutes that sometimes the hour seems daunting to me because it's like, oh gosh, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm a super fast crafter. So I can get things done in that 45 minutes. And so it's almost, I don't know what the right word would be for it. It's almost scary to me to try to fill an hour. But I'm adjusting. And now when I have to go back, it's going to be hard to 45 minutes. Does the wood with the adhesive smell bad? No, there's no odor at all. Zero. Because it's basically like a double-sided tape, but it's super strong double-sided tape. Okay, let's dry, make sure that's dry. That looks a little wet still. You don't need the hour either, Cindy. Yeah, it's almost a challenge for me to fill the hour. Okay. We're going to put our door in. Just like so. And then we have our little window. Okay. You guys can't even see that. Look how cute this is looking. I was thinking I was going to distress it, but I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of like it the way it is. We'll see. Okay, so that is done. Look how cute this is. Now we're going to go in and add some details to it. Let's put our base together real quick. That needs a little drying time too. Hey, Cynthia. Go ahead and take this one off. I should put these together first. That would be way easier. I'm trying to line up my slit once it's attached. So now I know my slit is straight. Okay, there is our base. Our base is put together, our 3-part base. So now we can just set this guy right in here. Ooh, he's a little top heavy. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to put a little, because he's too top heavy, so we're going to put a little Jenga block behind here. And I'm going to glue it, let me think how I want to do this. He's too top heavy. So we're going to glue it to the base, so when I take it apart to store, we're going to put it back in there. put my black. And we're going to put this black right up to it. And that will help hold it upright. Yeah, there we go. That's all it needed. Okay, so that's what he looks like. And we can take that apart, set that aside. Now I am going to go in with my paint pen and do some little detailings. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of, how much time do we have? We have 10 minutes. So I think I'm just going to go and do a few like little, well, first of all, let's do some little polka dots on our center of our and I don't think I want them all the way around. I think I just want them in like one part. Yeah, I like that. Maybe do the other side on this one. Now I think we need to keep it even. So I'm just doing some dots in the center of our flowers. See how that looks? Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna do some little lines, well, just some little detail lines. I like to do like the line dot line. I do that on a lot of my things. I just like that how it gives it a little extra something. I'm going to do all of the leaves that way, and it kind of helps define the leaf from the stem. And now if you have a really steady hand, you could do this with a paintbrush. I do not, so I cannot do that. So I have to use paint pens. I shouldn't say I can't. I have done it. It's just really tedious. So much easier with a paint pen. I'll show you. I still have 3 more to do, but I'll show you what it looks like. Look how cute that is. Yes, they certainly do. Details definitely make a difference. And I'm going to turn this around to get to this side. Okay. I'm debating if I want to do anything to the flowers themselves. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I know. I dearly love these. Bob bought me this set for Christmas. I use the heck out of it. I think he bought it last year for me for Christmas, and I use it so much. It's crazy how much I use it. I think the flowers need something. I just can't decide what I want to do to the flowers. I think we're going to do polka dots. What do we got? We got 6 minutes. So let's just do polka dot edge. Yep, love that. I'll hold this up. You can see how cute this is with the polka dots on the flower. Can you see them? Not sure you guys can see them. I think they're super cute on there. I am going to have a smaller version of this one available as well. It's going to be about 1 foot tall instead of 2 foot tall. And it's going to be super cute. We still have 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, we got one more flower to do. And then I think we're gonna call this done. Can you see all those little dots? Look how cute that is. Thanks, Kim. What's great about the Posca pens is they never drip, or glob, I should say. Because some of the other paint pens I've used, you can get big old globs of paint. And that's really frustrating. It's like the point of using a pen is to have a precise delivery versus a paintbrush. Almost got this done. Okay, I think we're gonna call this done. So here is our finished project. I think it turned out absolutely adorable. I am in love with this. And this is on our website. This is the large Birdhouse sunflower stand. And it is $30 shipped to your door. Okay. All right, that is all I have for you. I have 2 minutes early, so thanks, Aunt Deb. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. And that is all I have for you. So go grab a snack, refresh your page, and the next presenter will be up momentarily. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.